This week's episode of the Dexter Numbs podcast brought to you by my fucking Australian tour. Fuck the ad. I'm too tired. I'm just going to read out an email.
Cheap bastard.
Here, fuck you. Right. So, if you live in Australia, this is what the tour's going to be. On the 14th of October, I'm going to be in Bunbury. Then I'm going to be in Albany on the 15th, Kalamunda, which sounds like a fucking burger I want to eat.
From the Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. 19th of October in Perth. 20th of October, Fremantle. 21st, Margaret River. 22nd, I'm in Mandurah. Then I have a couple of days off. And then I'm going to go I'll be in the Gold Coast. So I'll be in Mackay, Townsville, Cairn, Darwin, Alice Springs. Then I have to fly to fucking Sydney. Then I'll be in Sydney for a week. I'll be at the Edinburgh Comedy Club. I'll be at the Ritz. I'll be at the Comedy Store. And I'll be doing a solo show in the Comedy Store on Saturday the 5th of November. So tickets will be online soon. Fucking get involved. Let's get some sunburn. Nev, play that fucking intro. Ooh. Yeah, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're all very welcome back to another episode of Dexter Numbs podcast.
That was a hefty bit of fucking promotional material there.
Man, do you know what I mean? It has to be done. When you're as busy as I am, you need to let people know.
It wasn't until you got to Sydney that I actually
heard of any of those places.
Yeah. Are they all like? Are they like? You know the way we all have GA clubs? Are they all like Aussie rules clubs?
I'm sorry, you shitting on me going to Australia?
No, I'm not.
You enjoy yourself when you're in fucking Draperstown.
No better place to be.
Exactly, we're in Draperstown.
24th September.
24th September.
Yes.
See you, sir.
Yes, right. Fuck, I forgot about that. McCartney's going to join us too. We'll make it McCann up and we'll make a night of it.
I reckon we'll stay up.
Stay up, will we? And the Aparo, the wee
See if we
boutique.
can find all the Chinese outside, like.
Oh, fuck.
Them was the days, boss.
Jesus, hey.
Jesus, fuck me, I've never seen a
The rest
spring
of
roll
the
like it.
podcast, we could just sit here and just think about it.
The only spring, my mouth water thinking about that Chinese. That's a fucking bad sign when you remember eating a Chinese off the ground outside and think, fuck, I was class now, some eating.
Hey, is it because it
I'm a
was
fat
free?
cunt, yeah.
No, is it because it was free? It tastes better, like I always say.
It's like, you know when somebody makes you a cup of tea and you go, fuck, it's the best cup of tea I've ever had. If you make it yourself, you're like,
Same as chips.
yeah,
Take a chip with somebody, and you're like, oh, fuck, I'll go.
Aye.
And no, never the same.
fuck, I'm
It's the
sorry.
unexpectedness. I think that's what adds the flavour.
I have today this is going to be very low energy. I think it's been low energy since we got these new sofas anyway.
Sofas changed the whole vibe, in fairness.
Absolutely.
And see, when we're shoulder to shoulder, I know somebody went on YouTube and went, it's great to see a podcast where people are side by side because everybody else goes the reverse camera split. And then we've
Yeah,
now
we
went to
absolutely
reverse
changed it.
camera split.
But that was because we looked awful in that room. I mean, I don't look great now. I'm so fucking exhausted.
We barely fit it into the width of the room, like, in fairness. And
It was getting beyond a joke. Like,
that's mainly down to
I mean,
me.
we barely fit in here. I want a 2-seater by myself, man.
Now, in
You're actually on a
fairness,
3-seater. So you took up the whole thing.
McCartney needed cushions to fill in the gaps. I didn't.
Aye.
No.
It's no. It's
What?
just no. I can't. It's going to sound really mean. I didn't mean it. I don't mean it to sound mean. I'm just asking.
Go on ahead.
Do you get an extended belt at the airport? Or are you
No, that's been my lifelong limit.
if you get the extended belt?
If
then
I
at the
ever
gym?
have to get extended belt, that's it. It's done.
Aye.
Now, I'm at millimeters.
Right.
There was one time it was a wee bit tough to breathe.
But then I
It was a
suppose
short
because I'm
flight.
just
But,
now that I've said it, I'm just
honestly,
your body
it's-
shape because we.
Yeah,
I mean, it goes round there, doesn't it? It's not like you're fucking.
no, it's around your my waist compared to my actual waist.
Aye,
yeah,
I'm the same.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
about
yeah,
14
the big
inches
barrel.
different. Like, yeah.
And
But yeah,
36
if you were to
jeans, are you,
if you were to walk past anybody in a plane and there's a seatbelt across their belly button, you'd be worried about them.
Aye, very true.
That's not really where
Yeah,
you
you're like,
have
where's
a-
your legs?
Yeah.
Why have you no arse?
So no, that is my limit. I've never had that.
That sounded really rude. I just realized.
No, it's not. No,
I
I
was just interested.
genuinely, it's one of those fears I always have had. But because I've plateaued this last maybe 15 years, the same sort of.
You just
I
leveled
never-
out?
Yeah, just leveled out. Never
Class.
really.
I can't wait to level out.
So yeah,
I'd love to level out at 12 stone, but it's not going to happen.
I thought I was going to level out at 12, but
Then you turned 11?
Then I turned 13. I actually was a stone for every age between the age of 11 till 21. 22 was a good year now. Good year.
I remember being 10 and 10 stone,
Right.
and my ma was 10 stone at the time.
Yeah.
She's not now, fat bitch. But I think that was the start of my psychological issues with my weight. I shouldn't be a stone for every birthday.
Yeah, that was my big, and then it definitely is a psychological thing, because especially the park I lived in, like, as I say, my nickname's Yums, obviously,
Right.
but it started off fucking, it evolved, like, Chubs, Tubs, Fridge.
Aye.
It went all, so you were constantly
Fatso, wobbly belly.
everything,
Two chins.
I had them all.
Diddy neck.
Did he not?
Yeah.
He did, I.
I remember like losing weight when I hit my teens and puberty kicked in,
That's the same
and being
as
like,
that,
I'm lighter now than I was when I was 10.
Yeah, the first time I started to lose it was about 15 or 16 when I started boxing, and that's when the weight started falling off. And that's when I see photographs now. I remember I said last week or a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I always thought I was fat until I see photographs now and go, fuck, you weren't. You were just solid.
I look at, there's a photo of me when I was about 26 at Glasgow, where I was like, I was so fat there. But then when I look back on it, I'm like, that was the best shape you've ever been in.
It just shows you how the mind just.
I've just always had ditties, but that was like, I mean, now I'm a wee bit.
Did you ever have to go to a dietitian? I had to go to a dietitian.
No, I never had to go to that. I've been to a dietitian because of my psoriasis.
No.
But
I mean, as a fucking teenager, like I've been sent as a fucking like a 13-year-old.
You wouldn't get that now. The NHS shape it's in.
No,
not at all.
I wish the fuck I didn't get it back then either.
I know people who've been to the dietitian where they do that the hand to mouth test.
I would. I do
They
that.
say
test.
you put your hand up to your mouth.
Yeah.
And you put your hand up to your mouth and you put it back down and they go, right, do it again. And when you're halfway up, they go, stop. And then the doctor goes, see, you can do it.
Yeah, that's terrible, Michael. You're having a go at people.
Then there, of course, is the other hand to mouth test where you do it with 2 fingers. Ah. Just purge.
The knuckle chipper.
I'm so tired. I have to tell you this now, ladies and gentlemen. We were in, you weren't there because you've dodged a bullet. We were in Gigging and Derry last night in
Where were you in Derry?
a bar that will remain unnamed for kneecap reasons. And it's been a while since I've seen an audience so boisterous.
Including Bangor Football Club?
Including Bangor Football Club. It
No
made
way.
Bangor Football Club look like a fucking cricket club.
Get out.
Yeah, it made Bangor Football Club look like we were doing a gig at a wake.
Oh, no.
And
Who was on with you?
it was myself, Jordan Robinson, Kieran Bartlett.
Oh, nice.
I would like to give a shout out straight away to the auxiliary nurse who tried to film the entire thing for a Facebook Live. I would also... what I would like to address is the fact that what would happen was there would be a heckle. There'd be an immediate and aggressive put down from all comedians. And then this one table would go, yeah! And you would go, what? Why? This is how bad the gig was. I got paid when Kieran was on stage, gave the money to his wife, and was in the car before we put the mic back in the stand. There were people coming up being like, oh, hey, can I get a photo? I fucking think you're fucking class, hey. They would get a photo and then talk the whole way through the show. There was one man who was, I mean, yeah, he was Eastern European, but he's pissed me off so much I'd like to refer to him as a foreign national.
Right. Fuck, he has pissed you off.
And he was going to the toilet. No, there were Noah's Ark into the toilet 2 by 2.
Yes.
So it was Christmas time. It was snowing.
Yeah. Willy Wonka's mate was about Charlie.
Exactly. Yeah. It was Alpha Bravo Charlie. Yeah. There was old Chuck was.
I never thought 10 years ago when I started, or 11 years ago when I started comedy, I never thought, fuck, I'd love to see the day we have a drunk audience. But when you compare a drunk audience to a coked audience, give me the drunk ones any day.
Absolutely.
Because they'll eventually fuck up.
Yeah.
But the coke ones just keep going and going and going.
There's something about, not that I know anything about this, but when people take cocaine and have to sit still, there's a part of their brain that goes, fucking need to take more coke.
Right, yeah.
So they're taking too, do you know what I mean? Well, all cocaine's too much cocaine. Don't do drugs, stay safe.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? but it was very upsetting.
Well,
And there was a point where, sorry, one of the funny things I think I've ever said in my life. So the woman who was filming on Facebook Live, I said, what do you do for a living? She went, I'm an auxiliary. And I went, like an auxiliary nurse. Or she said, I'm a nurse. And I went, what type of nurse? And she went, auxiliary. And I went, well, you're not a nurse. And I was like, you make tea for nurses. I was like, I can't stay at home. I'm a key worker. And I felt dead proud of myself for being able to put somebody down without using words. I mimed. And then the bit that made me laugh was I was off stage, somebody spilled a pint and she went and got blue roll. And I was like, fuck, she never stops. Fair play there, 8 o'clock Thursday night. Good woman. Get that mop out. Auxiliary nurse my hole.
So last time we had you in, that night you were in Daly's.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, we were chatting about it. There was a guy there too, and I'm nearly sure he's a patron.
It was Daly's 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago? Anyway. And he was videoing the whole way through. And then he got up to the bar, and I couldn't get at him from where I was, but then he got up to the bar to video more, and I tapped him. I was like, man, what are you videoing? Stop videoing.
Aye.
And it was a shock to him. So I was like, oh, I'm not allowed to video. Like, why? What are you
But
videoing?
it's like the Richard Pryor thing from the 70s. Who are you going to show that to?
But even if you're...
What are you doing?
Yeah,
are you making a pirate DVD on your phone?
And why are you... I have no problem with photograph.
Aye.
Photograph tag. Actually, I'd encourage
And
it.
the odd wee
deadly.
story on Instagram, whatever, fair enough. But to sit there like that the whole way through it, it's just rude looking. Like, you just look into the audience and go, you're putting up a barrier between me and you, and you're not even laughing.
No. But here's the other thing. As comedians, and every comedian that we know will say the same, once you put that material out, whether it's on your own Snapchat to your own friends or whatever, when you put that material out, that's a dead.
It's not.
In the sense that it is. I mean, as in them people haven't paid for it, and they've now got the experience of it.
In principle, it's dead.
Yeah. Because you're taking away that initial... Because every joke in the world only works when you hear it the first time. When you've heard it before, you go, oh, I've heard that before. You might laugh at it still, but you've heard it before.
Depends on the joke. You never see my stuff.
Yeah.
I still laugh at my joke. And I know I'm joking. I'm tired and trying to be arrogant.
Yeah.
Trying to be.
Trying to be.
Fucking trying to do it. I'm just trying
But you
to
know what I mean?
be
So whenever they video it, I'm like, take as many photographs you want. Even if you were like videoing you coming onto the stage and you doing your what's up motherfuckers or whatever, and then stop.
Yeah.
Watch the show. Enjoy the fucking set.
It's infuriating because you're just like, just be in the fucking room.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can be on your phone all the time in the house. You be on your phone taking a shit. Fucking, when you paid in, why would you pay in to not watch something?
Yeah. Now, in a roundabout way, sometimes if you wanted, you would have to be searching for it, but you could find it as a compliment, because it happened to me the other night in Uri, where the woman was enjoying it and much she started recording it. Now, I don't know, is that because she wanted to show somebody else, or did she go live?
Aye.
But she was loving it, and then took her phone out to start videoing it.
That woman last night told me, I was like, what are you going to do? Fucking sell it at Nuts Corner or something? And she went, no, it's Facebook Live. And I was like, for who? What, are you Zuckerberg? Like, what sort of platform do you have? Do you think this is helping me?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then the other thing is, she's given the people at home who haven't paid to come out to a comedy club, she's paid the money in. Just tag yourself at the event and go, look where I am, you cunts. You should have been here instead of giving them the fucking experience.
At one point I said to that lady, how would you feel if you were fucking making tea for a doctor and I was standing filming you? You fucking creepy bitch.
Oh, it's very strange.
This is an odd thing to be mad about.
You've loads of odd
do
things.
Do you know how I'm not a very rational person anymore? Right?
Yep.
So this weekend I was in Maherfeld and Ballymena.
Yes.
Okay. Both great shows, class audiences. Thanks very much for coming out. There's a woman in Maherfeld who was at the front row, right? Who laughed so loud the whole way through it. I've no idea if I did well or not. Right? And to that wee stage is like an alcove. Yeah. So she had this really, really loud laugh, like a booming laugh, and then she was getting embarrassed by how loud she was laughing. And all I could hear was her laugh echoing around. And I found myself driving home from Maherfeld going, that fucking bitch had a really good night. I was like, I need to catch a grip. If I'm annoyed that somebody got their money's worth, I was fucked off about it.
I know, but it is
I'm so funny, fuck me.
It's a very weird scenario and a weird position to be in, because I've only ever had it once. And like, you don't want to be at a comedy gig and telling people, don't be laughing so hard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stop enjoying yourself.
But sometimes somebody's laugh is so much, it can be a distraction to the people around them. Not even so much on stage, but the people around them are then going, oh, fuck, that's the way again. But you can't help your laugh.
Yeah, there was a point where I caught a woman looking at her, like, and I was like, I think I'm making the same face right now. Like, I found myself thinking, I'm not that good at this. You need to go and have a wee drink of water or something, pet. But it would take it any day over fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Hitting the slopes in Derry last night. Swear to God. When does it get easy? When do you just...
I think it gets easy when you give up.
Never giving up, man. I'm not a quitter. I still smoke.
That means it never get easy.
If it's easy, you're not doing your job. Sorry, this is... My foot fell asleep. Oh, fuck you. Don't kick that.
See, I can't bend my leg or cross my leg over, so...
Can you not?
Well...
Bad night.
I can't put that one over there, but I could probably put that one over there, but I'm not going to do it in case.
And why is this? Because the bad knee?
The cruciate ligament, that one.
Fucking hell. I'm just trying to get the foot back into the film back into my
foot. Had a wee wild kick in your back of your calf.
What's happening to me?
Like, what is going on?
I was so tired, man. I haven't been as busy gigging in years, and I've had a realization: stand-up comedy costs me more fucking money than it makes me. I am skint. My car needs service, and I can't get it done. One, I can't pay for it. Two, I don't have the time. And I'm like, I miss lockdown when I was just getting handed money.
Don't we all?
Swear to God, please somebody start coughing. Let's get us locked back down to fuck. The economy's ruined anyway. May as well spunk the rest of it. Like,
fucking go out in style.
the economy's at that point now. It's like, do you know whenever you're about to go to bed, but you have 2 cans left, and you think, fuck it, may as well.
No.
No,
No.
I do.
I wouldn't have that problem now.
I drank the other night, Saturday night when I came back from Friday night when I came back from Marfeld.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any booze in the house. Well, I did, but I didn't have enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the shop was closed, and I drank old-fashioned mix that I'm pretty sure you have to add booze to just to stay up. Room temperature old-fashioned mix with no ice.
So, well, let's refresh, because that wasn't the earliest part of the week that you were drinking in. So on Tuesday night.
Oh, I was doomed.
So Tuesday night, it was one of those rescheduled gigs that I totally forgot about and got an email that morning. And then I said to Monsieur Bartlett, would you like to come along and attend? And he went, aye, fuck it. So it was to go and see Stephen Fretwell, singer-songwriter, and it was in Voodoo,
Yes.
Belfast. Now,
Shout out to Francis.
big shout out to Francis. We met one of our patrons. Met two of our patrons. I don't know what our guy's name was, but we met Francis, and Francis hung about for pints. Well, I had pints of Pepsi Max, but you had pints of gin.
But it wasn't pints of gin, it was just double gin and tonics and a
In
pint glass.
Yeah.
But
Many was there? Because the gig lasted about 55 minutes.
Yeah. Now, I don't think I drank that much, but I was fucked. And I remember, some of the bits I remember is like on the way home talking to you about how good that gig was. And then listening to that guy when I got home and being like, oh, he's shite. But it was the atmosphere got me or something, I don't know.
And there was over there, there was atmosphere at it.
Man, it's
I was sad to see, actually.
yeah. I tried to message the guy and I was going to be like, man, you're fucking amazing. And then, like,
Stop doing that.
halfway sobered up as I was messaging him.
Thank
You didn't. But there was something about, and I don't know if it's just again from being in the biz for years, where you go into a gig like that, there's about 20 people at it, and you go, this is how it ends for all of us. That's going to happen to everybody.
Well, my argument would be that's what happens when you take a 17-year gap. That's what that kid
that
did.
could be it too. Like, yeah,
You know,
I
he
suppose,
did.
yeah.
Like, it's not going to be. He's not going to. He's working his way back, but it's absolutely not.
It was quiet, like.
It's a quiet.
Like,
gig.
I'm pretty sure I heard a wasp farting.
There were
It was that quiet.
the noise of the sticky fucking floor in
You hear
Voodoo.
pints settling and everything. I heard ice melt.
No, I have never been at a gig where the footsteps on the floor were louder than the band.
Aye.
Ever.
Man,
I've had sticky feet, but to hear, like, he's a singer-songwriter, acoustic, so
And
he's
it's very emotional music. And
very-
you could hear tears.
Yeah, very chill.
You could hear the weeping.
It's not a gig for 5 to 6 pints of gin and tonic. It's a gig for 3 joints. You know, it's that kind of laid back.
It's a gig
kinda,
for more seats.
or something.
Because having to lean against the wall steaming. I remember at one point I had a gin and tonic in my hand and I was holding one in my mouth so I could text. And he's up there singing these laments of beautiful women. I'm like, oh, fucking hard to get it. But I came home. I had a couple of drinks when I came home.
Oh no, because then we stopped off and you had to get a bag of water.
I had to get back. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. I tell you what, I need to go sober again. I know for a fact now that even on Friday, came home, was watching The Offer, the show. But if you haven't seen The Offer, you told me about it. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Maybe.
But do you know when you watch something from the 70s and everybody's smoking and drinking scotch on the rocks? I can't help it. I'm like, I'm going to do it.
Oh, you think you're in fucking Mad Men?
Give me a fucking scotch on the rocks. And the bottle of whiskey that I bought from holidays, the 12-year out or the fucking Johnny Walker Black Label.
Oh, fuck, right.
Right? Which I had in Tenerife with a steak, feeling like I was in Mad Men again. I was like, I love that whiskey. Bought it in holidays. Took one mouthful of it when I got back from the Stephen Fretwell gig with you. I was like, that's fucking disgusting. Yeah, it's like you need a steak with it for it to work.
Right.
So then...
There was no steaks that time of night.
Yeah. But we would have been drinking, like, I think I've drank 3 times this week.
Yeah, well, Tuesday
I know full well 3 drinks in, I don't remember anything anymore.
Yeah, and I was like, I was glad that I didn't waste the tickets. But I also knew you would have turned up to anything. for the crack because you were just
A night off.
That's what I mean, because you
Yeah.
night off, and I just knew by the look in your eye when I said, "Oh fuck, I have 2 tickets. I don't think I'm going to use them." You're like, "I'll go." I was like, "Oh,
Well, even
fuck.
when we were like approaching Voodoo, and you were like, "You taking a couple of shots tonight?" And I went, "I did the usual. I come out now, you don't know." But in my head, I'm all, "Yeah, absolutely." Do you know what was? And there was a moment at that gig. I think we're okay to talk about this, where it really demonstrated how different me and you are in levels of sanity, and you're more sane than I am. Right? You're a much better person than I am.
Right.
So we were still having a wee cigarette. Remember before we went in, and there was a man with a bottle of cider on a bench.
Yes.
A whiff, if you will,
Yes.
an urchin. A ne'er do well,
A vagabond.
a vagabond. Yes. Yep, I love that word. I don't even know what it means. Know what it means? Homeless. Tramp. I was an old tramp, right?
A man traveling with his wares.
Yeah, an old wino. Right. And he was sitting on a chair on a bench beside Voodoo. We were having a smoke, and a lady came up to us and went, "Is that man all right?" And we were like, "I'm sure he's grand, or whatever." And she talked for a wee bit and stuff like that, and mentioned that she had
Asperger's.
Asperger's.
Yeah.
And was very kind of polite in the sense she was like, "Oh, sorry, the reason I'm talking to you is Asperger's," and
Yeah.
you know,
As somebody with Asperger's will do, they'll let you know and they'll tell you, and then.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it all made sense as to why she was so forward and coming forward.
yeah. And this is the difference between me and him. So as we walked away, Connor's going, it makes sense now because she's Asperger's. Like, working in the community, that's how people like that behave. And I was like, all I could think was, suppose this bitch wants a photo. That's how fucking different me and him are.
actually
You're a
was.
nicer person than me.
Naturally.
Because I was like, fuck me, I have to throw my arm around this cunt now too. God love her. And I've been thinking about that all week. You're just a nicer man than me. I'm an arrogant piece of shit. I don't like myself.
More life experience, Mike.
Yeah, but not just different life experiences. I mean, I'm famous.
Shout out to the guy. That's the first time it's happened now. It's very rare we'll be together in Belfast, unless it's like standing outside Lavery or something. But you know, walking around the city, it's
Aye.
very rare it happen. And so I don't know who the first guy was that roared out of his fucking window of the car.
Like Charlie Jones. Oh yeah.
But the guy who was walking along and like took out his earbuds was like, "I'm listening to you." Stu."
Oh,
I was
aye,
like-
yeah,
that was
that's
an
well.
uncanny scenario.
That
there.
was strange.
And I didn't really believe him until he took his phone out, and then you seen the new logo, and you're like, "Fuck, it looks class." As I get him.
As I was walking through town with a pint of gin and tonic.
Pint of gin and tonic, yes.
Will the cops stop me first? Will you get chips? Bad times, man.
Here, listen. Things you have to do to get through a Stephen Fretwell gig.
Tell you what, gin was probably the worst drink as well. It was like, I want something emotional.
I know of all the
And
fucking...
then they charged me a tenner for it, and I was like, fuck, I am emotional. Turn that music on, I'm going to cry anyway. £10 for a gin and tonic.
What'd you say, 10.70 for a double gin?
Something like that, yeah.
tonic? Fucking
Which is
unreal.
like a bottle of gin's about 12 quid. That's the fucking company's
It was-
going to the
it-
dogs.
do you know,
I'm telling you,
it
sir,
was
it's not right at
It
all.
was a
like.
weird gig because... Right, this is anybody
So-
goes
sorry.
goes to gigs, you'll know you would keep an eye on the sound guy if something goes wrong. So our friend Becky, who does the sound in
Yes.
Lavery's, was there. So I thought, right, she's involved with that. But then I went
She doesn't do the
upstairs.
sound, she's crowd control.
Then I went upstairs, yeah, for the 20 people. I went upstairs then, and there was a sound guy there. So as you know, I was standing beside his sound desk. It's Voodoo, like, so it's tiny. And then his guitar cut out. And the words from the sound guy is, fuck all doing me. That's what he said. And I was like, and then it seemed to be his tour manager or something came up. That wasn't the sound guy. That
Aye.
was his tour guy. And I was like, what's the sound guy doing?
But there's been a big problem. We were talking about this when I was over at Edinburgh. So a lot of tech staff who like sound engineers and all sort of stuff during the pandemic had to go and get fucking real jobs, and then haven't left them. They're just staying in the real jobs. So you're finding it everywhere. Like I know there's guys that were stage managing shows in Edinburgh.
It
that
sounded
don't know how to do
like,
it.
because your man Fretwell said he had to take a lend of the support act's guitar, it sounded like the whole thing was a kind of a fuck up somewhere along the line. But the fact that the actual guy, because there's only 20 people there and it was
Aye.
so small, he just went, fuck all do me. I was like, Jesus
Aye.
Christ, you're the sound guy, and the
I think
sounds
maybe it was like,
sounds just went
he
out.
might have been like, did I just say it out loud? But then at the same time, I've had that happen to me I've told this story many times probably. I was in support for Patrick Kilty in the Millennium Forum one night, and the microphone broke, and I looked at the side of the stage, and the sound guy was holding another mic, looking at me as if, what I do with this? And I am on the stage in front of 1,000 people going, mate, That's your job.
Yeah.
My job is talky, laughy, laughy.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works. That's why I remember ended up skipping with the mic lead to try and fill time, and then just did the whole thing a cappella. Because I'm a professional. I'm classically trained.
To 1,000 people, you could project.
Do you know what it is? That venue's built for people with no mics. Do you know what I mean? It's that tiered kind of...
The waterfront's sort of like that too.
Yeah, it's like the Opera House. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of... It's steep and shallow.
Shallow.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Opera House, I will be in the Opera House this weekend.
Oh, speaking of shallow, plug. That's Shane Todd's gig, is it?
That is Shane Todd's.
Plug somebody else's shows.
I will be there, so if you get tickets for the Saturday, they're both shows on Saturday.
I can't go to that because I will be in Warren Point. It's Saturday. I might go. The 3rd.
3rd, yeah.
Oh, I might actually fucking ask Shane if I can come down.
I
haven't seen Shane do an hour. I don't think I've ever seen Shane Todd do an hour, you know.
His New Year's very good. He was in. We were in with the Bowl Mark McCartney on Friday night in Pat's bar in Enniskillen. It was very good. Weird first half, but came around a bit. So Shane was on. He was headlining. So we're doing very well. It's good crack.
That was just his way.
And shout out to Darren Matthews for Newry McCooey's.
McCooey's class week, isn't it?
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
steadily. It was great crack. So the remember that fucking Hallions we met at the back of Ulster Hall. John, them boys were.
Oh, wow.
And then Soupy and Fran, Jesus, the whole crew.
Just, you know
was
what? See, that's the difference between a stoner and a boozer. You remember everybody's name, and I'm like, that's fucking Asperger's girl wants a photo. Like, it's the last
worst thing
I
is,
remember.
Soupy was in the crowd, and he was one of those guys I picked out and asked him a question, and as he was answering me, going, I fucking know you. You know what I mean? But I couldn't remember, and then the lights came.
The girl that runs McCooey's is the cultiest lad of a lesbian of all time. She's like, well, lad. Shakes your whole arm. Like, all right, Natasha. How are you keeping? Fuck, you know yourself, lad. You just... Look, don't hurt. Fucking get on.
That's Leanne you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Leanne.
Well, I didn't want to use her real name. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's fucking McCooey's written on the
still,
fucking...
you still have a wee bit of... If she hears this, she's going to know I was talking about her now.
A wee bit of guesswork.
She could have been like, here, you chatted about a fucking big butt stall that runs McCooey's. Like, I was talking about Natasha. And she's like, there is no Natasha here. And I'm like, well, who the fuck shook my hand? I could have got away with it. But no, obviously, fucking tout.
You would have got away with it. Like, she would never have caught on.
The fucking arm wrestle a lesbian now. And
lose.
Fucking well, lad. Grab your balls now. Fucking balls still walking eye, lad. Get down.
I'm only laughing because that's exactly how she greeted me on Saturday night.
Turns over 2 bags of spuds. They're not even fucking my spuds, lad. Just fucking dug him up my hand. Just ploughing fields like that. The way I plough women.
Matthew's a contacted me and says, do you want a gig in Newry? I was like, no. He's like, it's in a cafe. And I was like, what date is it? I'll be there. It was like...
It's a lovely gig. It is
in halftime.
And Leanne, did she MC it?
No, Matthew's Darm's MC.
She MC'd the last time I was there, and she was fucking brilliant. Like, she was funny.
I would imagine she'd be fucking sharp.
Do you really see somebody do stand up and it's that good, it actually winds you up?
Nah. That was my first time actually meeting her because I'd seen her like hosting, obviously, or MC or whatever, but I never actually physically met her. But she's good crack, I have to say. So fair play to Newry. Shout out to her.
She tossed a lamppost over the building one time I was there. Take out, lad.
With Dilly's this Friday night with the other Bartlett. McCartney and Willie T.
Just fixed the roof of the last time I was there, did you?
We're going to have to do something, sir. It was a wild show, that.
I'm trying to think if anything else has happened to me this week that's worth even talking about. I don't think...
you binge watched The Offer? Because I told you to watch
binge watched The Offer. And what I was doing, when you binge watch something and your attention kind of wanes off it a wee bit. So I had to watch it again.
Right, okay.
And then I got back last night and I had to watch like maybe 20 minutes of the last episode. Mm-hmm. And not to ruin it for you, but, well, you probably know because it's been, 20-odd years, 40-odd years since Godfather came out. They win an Oscar, and I near wept. You're so behind them. Like,
oh, absolutely.
And Giovanni Ribisi is amazing in it.
Oh,
Miles Teller, sit on my face.
All day.
My God, I love that man.
I'm absolutely in love with him, yeah.
Do you know what I love most about him as well? Do you know the wee scars he has? Wee scars when
See the wee face?
Like, he's not even perfect.
No.
He's like Harrison Ford. He's a wee scar. Do you know what I mean? You're like, he's lovely bad. The only thing that was weird about it now, I don't know if you noticed this. So obviously everybody smokes in it, but Miles Teller doesn't actually smoke.
Right.
Right. If you watch, there's a scene where he's in a hotel smoking a cigarette, and they've digitally added the smoke, so he like pretends to smoke and goes, and
no way.
fake smoke comes out. And I I started obsessing with that. I'm like, fucking just be method for a second. I prefer playing him, look at his skin. Why would you smoke?
Why would you smoke if you don't
Now, the
forget?
guy who plays the Bob Evans,
Uh-huh.
who I only really remember that actor from Watchmen.
Yes. He's English.
He's English? Mm-hmm. Fuck me, he's good.
He is good.
He is fucking great.
No, he is good.
What's his name? Matthew Good.
Good.
See, you know, very funny.
Always on.
He's very, and he has that kind of like, hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Right.
Hey, sweetheart.
Booby.
Hey, Bobby, you gotta be a huge star.
Have you seen interviews of Bob Evans?
No, bang on.
Bang on.
Aye, fucking great, man. I love that
Bang
shit.
on. And he's still, to this day, because there was a, I don't know if you've seen, I don't know where or...
Because he didn't he produce $1 Million Baby? That's what it says at the end.
that
He
was
can-
the sort of the end. But I don't know where it was shown. But the version I have of The Offer has got like a 6-minute making of after each episode.
Oh shit! Okay.
So they've interviewed Bob Evans in it, and he's like, he's got the sunglasses Elvis style and the hair all quaffed up, and he's just
You said
still got
quaffed
it,
up. You didn't
yeah,
say quaffed up.
quaffed up.
Quaffed up.
Always, yeah. That's how you blow it up
How
straight.
did that fix?
How do you get my hair up?
Any hairspray? 2 seconds.
Hey, we're lie down there and get that fucking quaff up.
I'm not pressed on your lower stomach here.
Where do you got White Streak came from?
Oh Jesus Christ, Connor!
Stop it.
You were launching Tipex out of the Quim and shit.
Oh, fix many a mistake.
Oh no, I'm so tired. And there's images.
I'll give you a fucking image.
Right.
So, I don't like. Well, the odd time I'll talk. If I talk about Ruby, it's sometimes something that stands out. So, the
I just want to say this is you've prepped me that you're going to tell me a story about Ruby because I think sometimes on the podcast when you tell a Ruby story, I'm like, how I can't do anything with that. I can't be. So at least
No,
now,
this is just
what
natu-
I'm saying is I've been prepped. I don't know what the story is. So if I start making jokes, we already have permission.
yes.
Okay. Go.
So the thing I talked about before on here that I'm dreading coming came last night. That every young girl will go through at 11 or 12.
The shining doors.
Now, the problem is, as I've told before, is she's in full stripper mode. Like, she now has to take off everything. So we are now sitting at the dinner table with a naked fucking teenager,
Right.
right?
Oh, the dream.
Eating spuds with her hands because she doesn't like plates.
Right.
Plates is the new no-no.
Okay.
Every meal she gets a plate on the table and eats off the table like a fucking dog. So now
To be honest with you, if a dog could eat off a table, it'd be impressive.
it would be very good actually, and a dog wouldn't be as messy. So and then there was some movement on her. She was like, you could see a wee bit of confusion, and then we still didn't really know what was going on. We're trying to eat her dinner whilst flinching because she always threatens to throw stuff at you. She likes to keep you on your toes.
Right.
So, and then you have to eat fast because if you don't eat fast, she comes and steals it. So it's
It's so bad.
no, but it is like it's. Do you ever see it's a knockout? But imagine that with food.
Right.
And you're trying to get through, and you're bitten through indigestion and everything because if you don't, you're going to lose your chicken. Or she goes for protein first. She'll take it first, or bread. If it's bread, forget about it. If you have a bap on a burger, forget you're gone. It's just eat like fuck. Mia had eaten her bedroom last night, so she gets up at the fucking table, and there it is, all on the fucking floor. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I go, oh, for fuck's... I'm looking on the table expecting to see a horse's head. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm trying to fucking scrape dishes into the bin.
Right. That's not right.
And do you know, like...
Don't forget the cannolis.
There was no dessert, right? There was nothing.
Oh my god.
The Viennetta went out the window, and it was a weird one because I'm used to dealing with all the other bodily functions.
Aye.
Usual, and as I've talked on this podcast before, we clean up some fucking messy handlings. But even this one, I was like, help.
Aye.
And like even you could.
I feel so bad.
It's not often Mia helps out with fucking anything, but even Mia went, "I'll clean it up." That I was like, "Please," because I just want to scrape these vegetables into the bin and forget that there's been a massacre over there at the dinner table.
Aye.
It was like it was like the Red Wedding. You know what I mean? It was like fucking. It was just brutal. So we now have that.
So what do you? On a serious note, what do you do with?
Like,
This sounds fucking so ignorant.
No, that's why I talk about it, because it is things that I never thought I would have to fucking deal with. But
on a serious, like, does Ruby have the capacity to at some point figure out this will happen?
No,
like
it just happens, and she doesn't know what it is. And
she wasn't freaked. Was she freaked out, or was she?
No, because to her it's another liquid. I know that sounds disgusting, but to her it's something. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be wall paintings. Like there's gonna be.
Aye.
It's fucking Patrick Bateman's fucking house is going to turn into at some point. You know what I mean? It's going to be American Psycho, where the fucking walls are.
I mean,
I think
is there anybody helping
going to have to be
deal with shit like that? Is there any fucking doctor or anything being like, right?
They can't give you. Well, they can't.
Can you put her on on the pill or something?
That's what's going to have to happen. There's going to be something. There's going to have to be a medical intervention, because when it happened with Mia, obviously her mother took her to one side, discussed everything. I stood over the shoulder and went, "I'll be here if you want me, pet." Just give me a shout sometime.
FaceTime me, I'll be in the car.
But but this obviously there's no talking. Like there's no.
You can tell her about Santa, because that's still my favorite moment from your family that you told me. Was that I don't know if I've told this before to anybody, but we were doing a gig one night. Your good wife was with you, and you were like, "Oh, I would give Mia the talk today," and I was like, "Oh fuck." Right, like how'd that go? And you were like, well, I was there, and Emer told her what was going to happen. She's sort of already half new from school, and I says, I just want you to know I'll be there, whatever else. And, and then you said you turned to Emer and went, "You can tell her about Santa by your fucking self." And I was like, "You told her about her period before you told her about Santa?" And all I could think was, imagine trying to tell that poor girl about Santa when she's had her period, because I don't know if you know much about women on their periods. They're not very reasonable. Imagine she's got her first period, and then you go, "By the way, we've been lying to you your entire life." There's no tooth for her either.
Just add insult to injury.
By the way, we're also agnostic, so you might just die.
You're just fuck all.
Anyway, put that in your pants. I'm a great dad.
And in our house, it's never been. It's never been it's never been a taboo subject or anything. And I mean, I've been to the shop and bought fucking Santa tiles for them. That doesn't, it's nature.
It's
really
weird.
Doesn't bother me.
I've
it's just,
done that.
I've never, nor would I ever want to. I've never physically seen it.
Aye.
Why would I have a reason to? Either from my wife or my daughter, I would never have a reason to.
Have you never brought the period on during a book?
Even what do you see?
I've been like.
But what do you
I've
see?
been nose to the Sunday.
Oh, I
back, close to Jesus.
But what do you see in the dark?
Oh no, I'm a lights on man.
I'm not allowed lights on.
Oh, I'm a lights on man. No. I can't get up this dark. Too afraid. So I'm like, how do I even know it's you?
Exactly. I haven't seen my wife in about 17 years.
No.
But
I found it weird. Because I've been out and purchased sanitary napkins.
Yeah.
And
napkins.
Yeah, and the old fucking gender reveals.
It's red.
But I've bought them for girls I've been out with in the past, and they're always like, do you know if I'm going to the shop? Oh, here, they'd be really awkward. Can you get me fucking periods? I'm like, yeah, no problem. And it's weird to me that it's weird to them to ask, because a lot of men won't even.
I think it's that generation above us. I think that other things that was like, that's a woman's business. Don't be talking. You know what I mean? And it probably is more reflective of the type of marriage it was. You know, there wasn't proper equality in that sense. You know.
Back when men were men,
Back when men were men.
You go in that shop yourself, or you're following up the only thing bleeding, woman. You fucking.
My ma used to send us to shop for tampons.
Right.
But we used to have a wee small newsagent shop up there, right? So she would only write it down on a piece of paper. You never said it.
Got it? Right.
Yeah, and it was put in a brown paper bag, and you come down. Now, the brown paper bags in that shop were only used for one thing.
Aye.
So every time I come down through the park with a brown paper bag, I was like, oh, Geraldine's on the rag.
Isn't on the rag.
Terrible meme.
That's a fucking...
Terrible.
I mean, like, the rag isn't really used as much now as the tampon. So should it be changed for a modern audience? You know what I mean? Well, Geraldine's on the bud. Well, Geraldine's in the old Vex inhaler. You know what I'm saying? Geraldine's out on the old white bullet. Yeah.
Hi, Mum. Oh, that's so. So that's been the last, because like we've had a nightmare over summer. So this has just been. I was going to say this is the.
It's a red letter day.
This is the cherry on top of the sundae, but that, you know, and then she's back.
God love you.
She's back to school on Thursday. Thank fuck, she gets a bit of sensory and putting all the rest and do that. But then we're finding out then about like. No, do you know what? That's enough, because there's more, like, and it's.
I mean.
No, it's too much. Too
much.
You shouldn't be talking about your children doing them sort of things. Exactly.
All right, I understand.
We'll move swiftly along.
I was listening to a comedian the other day who was talking about his 12-year-old son wants to do his own laundry, and his mum is like, "I'll do your laundry," and the 12-year-old's like, "Just let me do it." And he says he has to go, "Just fucking let him do it." What's he washing? Sheets and socks? Let him do it. You shouldn't
do a white pair of socks.
You shouldn't have to deal with this stuff, like.
Football socks.
It looked like fucking boomerangs. There's no bend in them. Fucking taking out wallabies, them bad boys.
Speaking of wallabies, they found her.
They found a wallaby.
One of the wallaby was found.
Where was she?
She was having pints.
Sally's. Having a schooner. Yeah, mate, it's fucking cold here.
Searching the town for Fosters, the wee fucking tramp.
She wouldn't get Foster in the bar anyway. Nobody drinks that. Pish.
Yeah, so the wallaby was found. I don't know if anybody got the reward or not, but it was a big photograph in the paper. 2 boys were hiding the fucking...
Wallabies, the fucking...
It jumped over like a 5-foot fence or something, or 6-foot fence or some fucking mad shit they got.
Well, they're bouncy. A wallaby is a kangaroo, isn't it? Like a...
I honestly don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. I think it's a small kangaroo, isn't it?
It's definitely very small. It's
Yeah.
definitely nowhere near the size of a kangaroo. But yeah.
I've been to Australia 3 times. I've never seen a kangaroo live.
Right.
Seen... No,
Just on DVD.
I've got an unplugged album. It's just... Shh, listen. Will you hear this? Oh, it's brilliant.
Sounds like
Boing.
Sounds like a Stephen Fretwell gig.
No, I was on a kangaroo gig one time. I was bouncing. Tell you that kangaroo. Leaping.
Oh, sir. That's what you get, eh? Sure,
I actually
end of summer.
By the way, I actually was telling. I did see a herd of kangaroos.
Right. Is that the official name?
I don't know. I don't even know if they fucking hang about in groups. But it was on a golf course.
What the name of that is?
It was on a golf course, and it looked like. Do you know in Jurassic Park, whenever there's those big dinosaurs that look a bit like birds, and they're all running like fuck, and Sam Neill's all, "I'm from Oma," and he's running away. Do you know that bit? It was a bit like that.
A group of kangaroos is called a mob.
Do you know what it would be?
It would be.
Because I
A
seen.
fucking
Have
mob.
you ever seen the photo?
Or
of the
troops.
Have you ever seen the photo of
There.
the kangaroo that's fucking
Ripped? Oh,
jacked to fuck? Like,
Did you ever see the boy having the fist fight with him?
that was hilarious. Just
Fucking
grab the
hell,
dog,
oh,
but it looks with the kangaroo. That video, the kangaroo is the dog, and it looks like it's like, oh, I want to fucking, and he hits it. It's like, fuck you.
It was only giving him a fucking head rope.
But because the kangaroo, because that's their move is the fucking. Although they look cute, their claws are massive, and they'll
Right.
fucking. They go for like a double. Like rip your stomach out.
Get the fuck.
Is the fucking when they're in bad mood. But then I've seen videos of like people rescuing a kangaroo from a pond, and it kind of like stops and goes all out. Cheers, lad. It gives it a wee
Right?
thank you and well
I assume they are pretty intelligent animals. I assume. Wouldn't I? I'm not saying dolphin
Well, they
level,
found
but
Australia before people, so it must be. Do you know what I mean?
that wee pouch and all the front.
Yeah, Captain
Smart
Cook was all,
bastards,
is this India? Nah, I can't. You're in fucking Australia now, wanker. I often think about the first person from like the sort of, would you call it the Western world?
When it comes to Australia, it probably is the northern
The
one.
first person from here who landed on Australia and saw a kangaroo must have been like, "What the fuck?
Oh,
What planet am I on?"
must have been fucking brutal. Like you never,
You'd be like, what
because
the
you literally will see them nowhere else. Like,
what
and
the
you see
fuck is
this
that?
fucking guy looks like fucking Schwarzenegger with this fucking about 6'7".
Aye,
What's the
giant
shit?
feet. Size that thing's
Just
dick.
balancing on his tail.
Aye,
Oh,
you fucking.
Have you seen the tail in action? Like whenever it lifts them
Oh, they
up?
left them up like a fucking eye.
Fucking hell.
There's some animals now. Some animals.
But I would always wonder in Australia then, I mean, how common are they?
They're
not like cows here, like,
no,
or
they're like common. Like they're fucking like cold common.
Right, okay.
Like you will see you'll see loads of them dead on the side of the road.
Fuck.
Like fucking like the way we see badgers.
Right, aye. Fuck,
and
you wouldn't. I wouldn't like to see the shape of your car after you hit a
I
fucking
mean, there's
kangaroo.
definitely like I know there's been a couple of times we've been out there like
Do they hunt them like they do in America with
I
deer?
think they
and
will
stuff
do it.
like
I
that?
think there's
Ah,
something
yeah.
like that. Because obviously like they fucking sell the meat as well, and it's kangaroo meat's fucking delicious.
I've always meant to try a kangaroo
It's
burger.
fucking so good. Like I had a kangaroo steak, and it's like now I think there's a very fine line of when it's tasty.
Right, okay.
So it has to be either fucking rare or well done in the middle. Apparently it's dog shit.
Right.
But I had it like it was still fucking ticking when I was like, let go of that dog. That's fucking lovely. It's really nice.
Right, we'll have to try that out sometime.
Still haven't done our hot wings. So let's not talk about food. I'm too fucking sleepy and
So
stuff.
sleepy.
But yeah, no, I know there was a time we were driving back. I think it was the first time I was out there. We were driving from wherever we were back into Sydney, and it was like 2, 3 in the morning,
Right.
pitch black, and those like because obviously there's just stretches of road with it's
I'd
just
imagine
fucking
it's just
road,
black. Yeah.
desert either side of you, no lights or anything, and the whole time I was like, if a kangaroo jumps out here, we will die.
Yeah, you'd think.
Like I would clean you out. But then there's it depends on the size of the fucking roo, because some of them are I think there's two. Is there two like species of kangaroo? One of them's fucking giant, and the other one's like I'm just a dog with bouncy feet.
Like the Looney Tunes.
I don't think that's the official. I don't think there's ever David Attenborough hasn't said that. And this one is just like a dog with bouncy feet. The other one is a muscly big fucker. I wouldn't want to kick my ball into that fucker's garden. But this one here, if you see, is like a chihuahua with an attitude. Boing.
Right. Are we scarping or are we leaving or what are we doing?
How long have we done there now? Or now? 40 minutes? We're doing 45? We want to keep it quick today? You want to be 45er?
Well, we have to talk about we're having a bit of a gap now, so there'll be a gap next week maybe. There might be.
Yeah, you might have to have a wee guest in next week because I'm going to be in
Somebody's-
Dubai. Oh, fuck, if you're in Dubai, I'm going to be there next.
So I wanted to see when you're going to remember.
I can't remember what dates. Oh, balls. I don't fly home
Get
to
the
Dubai. in
dates now,
September.
and we'll talk about because you better have the dates now because this is going to go out next Wednesday on Spotify and Apple and them ones. So it might be actually on the night of this going out that you're in Dubai. So we need to find out exactly your dates. This is the fucking problem. We should have some sort of like screensaver thing up or a screenshot to show here's Mickey's dates.
Friday the 9th and Saturday the 10th of September, I will be in McGettigan's in Dubai.
Ooh.
So it's me, Danny O'Brien, Elena Gabrielle, and DJ John O'Hez.
Oh, Jesus. DJ John O'Hayes. Oh, fuck me, matey.
I will be in Dubai for 4 days before that. Just getting sunburned.
Taking in the culture.
Just
and stuff.
absolutely. Go down to the mosque.
Will we be able to do a wee Zoom call maybe?
Could do, I actually. Yeah.
You won't be drinking in Dubai, obviously.
Don't know. I mean, the gig's in a bar.
It's called McGettigan's.
You know what I
We
mean?
wouldn't be drinking about that place.
I think when they say it's a dry country, they just mean it's in the Middle East. I think people have misinterpreted that. Everybody has psoriasis, so I'm going to blend right in.
Oh, fuck you,
You know what I mean?
100%.
I actually might just steal stuff, and then if they cut my hands off, it'll be all good.
You done me a
Didn't
favour.
want them anyway.
NHS wouldn't do that for
Yeah,
me.
fucking right.
No, well, also my tickets are sealed. Limelight, 3rd of November is when it kicks off, and then there's 10 dates after that. So go, please, people of fucking Belfast.
How are the
Get it
tickets
sorted.
going so far?
Half sold for Limelight.
Oh, deadly.
Nice, it's not too bad. But we have a couple of months yet, but they will sell out very fast.
They will, I. Absolutely. Solid.
The other places I'd expect to go well are Daly's and Draperstown, obviously, have done well. But the rest of them, now get on the ball and get it sorted.
I had a wee conversation with somebody there recently. Was was last night, in fact. And just for people listening to the podcast, just send us a message. Send me a wee Instagram when you hear this. Do you think it's worth me booking the Millennium Forum?
Yes.
Because I
think Derry love you.
I've sort of sold. I've done quite well in the nerve center, right? But I don't know if many people would go to the nerve center on a like. Do you know what I mean? They'll people turn up. Oh fuck, Mickey's playing the nerve center. We'll go.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if I was to play the Millennium Forum, would you get a load of people who like, oh, we go to the Millennium Forum?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the venue would decide.
Do you know what I mean?
You'll have a mixture of both, wouldn't you? You'll have people to see you on a fucking back of a trailer because they love seeing you, and then you have people who won't go to Nerve Centre but only go to them. You know, you've got a mixture of all. Like, so
I think I might look into booking that next year.
Nice. That would be lovely, actually.
Nice to do.
It's a class venue. The staff are gorgeous. Fucking, even the tech staff and all are just so sound. Like, it's just fucking Derry, isn't it?
Brilliant. Great time. Great time. And there was a thing I saw last night as well. We're outside the bar we were gigging in. There's a Republican mural of a man holding a bazooka.
Yeah.
And on the ground where the bazooka was pointed were just 2 Keller gas cans. And I haven't heard the news today, but I hope nothing happened.
Oh, fuck, Jesus.
Do you know when you see something suspicious and you go, I'm too afraid to phone the police because they're just going to laugh? But part of me was like, boys, that's 2 explosive devices beside a picture of an explosive device.
Shit could happen.
Do you know what I mean? If this was fucking the Aha video, shit would be going off. We had a conversation last night about how funny would it be if there was a sort of a raw version of Mary Poppins where everybody jumped into a mural. Jim Jiminy, Jim Jiminy, Jim Jim Jirah.
A kneecap of sugar makes the medicine go down.
So anyway, that's fucking get out of here. We'll do some questions. We're going to jump over to Patreon now.
Yes,
do some
thank you,
questions.
everybody.
So fucking tell your mates, join the Patreon.
Maybe we should explain, take a minute to explain to the new patrons, because we have new patrons come along that...
They'll get it.
They might not.
They will. We'll figure it out.
If you see just rabbiting on, just be careful.
Aye, that's going to get weird. It's going to be strange. But just enjoy yourself. Thanks very much for listening. Fucking keep supporting the podcast. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear a condom. Don't forget to take the pill tomorrow, pet.
See you in Dubai.
See you in Dubai. If you feel a cold coming on, Vicks Vapor on the bottom of your feet. Don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah.
Never high five a man with his hand in his pocket.
No.
It's another wives' tale.
Yeah.
Because the all hands on his cock. See you later.